Hey, and we're looking today at Piano Method Level 2B, page 13, Autumn. And this is a somewhat famous tune by Vivaldi, so you might know it as an orchestral piece. This arrangement for the piano is just by the author here, Janet Vogt. So this one, it's all about counting. We've launched into 16th notes. So it's counting mostly 8th notes, but by the time you hit the third measure there, you've got some 16th notes right there, the double beams. Right, so all along the way, it's 4/4 time, so you can count 1 and 2 and 3 and 4, and just make sure the quarter note is a whole beat, right? So 3 and. By the time you get here, so when you're counting 16th notes, the rule is to count 1 E and a 2 E and a 3 E. It's a lot of syllables, but it does help a lot. So the place that we have it, it's the first beat, 8th, and then 2 16ths. So you can count it 1, 2, 1 E and a 2 and 3 and 4. So you don't even have to say the E, but just make sure the length is there. So you got 1 and a 2 and 3 and 4 and right. And you can just say that rhythm, 1 and a 2 and 3. You can tap 1 and a 2 and 3. Right, just however it works for your brain, just to kind of internalize the rhythm, and then you put the notes in there. So that part will sound like this. You're 1 and a 2 and 3 and 4 and right. And the same rhythm will happen in the second line. You got it here, and then towards the end, in the last line a couple times. So just watching for that. The rest of it is 8th notes and longer, so not too bad. The other thing that happens, you've got an octave sign, right? So for the right hand, just the right hand is an octave higher all the way through that first line. Second line, loco, doesn't mean crazy. It means to play in the regular location. So it's down an octave from where you were. So regular F and A, right? And again, as usual, watch for B flats, right? There's lots of flats in here, lots of Bs. Third line, you're up an octave again, right? All the way through into the last line. And then loco, regular location to the end. All right, so let's just do right hand. I'm going to show my hand as we're doing this so you can see it. So here's middle C, right? The C above. So you're starting above that, right? And then when you're moving for the second line, for example, then you're down to here. Okay, so in time, 1 and ready, go. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 E and a 2 and 3 and 4 and move. 1, 2, 3 and 4. 2, 3 and 4. 1 and a 2 and 3 and rest and back to up an octave. 3 and 1 and 2, 3 and 4. 4. Last line. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1 and 2 and 2, 3, 4. 1 and a 2 and 3 and rest. All right, hopefully that makes sense. So there were a few places in there where we had to stretch, right, just a little bit. But if you're always centering around your F, right, you can always find your way back again, right? So definitely use some finger replacement when you need to shift. All right, so looking at the left-hand part, back to the music, it's pretty simple. You're just in a C position. I don't think the left hand even, it shifts a little bit later, right, as you hit this line. But again, you're centering around your F, right? Here your F is kind of your high note. Here your F is your low note, right? So positioning, you're starting off, again, here's middle C, so below that, right, it's the F below it, right? Most of the time you're here. In the third line, you head for this F and up above, so just switch to your pinky, and you've got B flats, right? And then it's back to that same, right? So just feel that F, just make sure that you're kind of revolving around there. All right, so let's just do left hand by itself. No 16th notes, a little simpler. Okay, 1 and 2 and ready and go and 1 and 2 and 3 and rest. Second line. rest and shift. 1, 2, and 3, and 4, and 1, and 2, and 3, and 4, and 1, 3, 4. Last line. 2, 3, 1, and 2, and 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3. Rest. All right, hopefully that makes sense. And then we're going to put the hands together. Just one other thing to watch for as you're getting your hands coordinated. It does start off forte, then it has piano, right? So the places that are an octave high for the right hand are forte. When you're coming down is piano, right? Same thing here. There's forte and then there's piano. Right, so just watch for those while you're doing everything else, counting and coordinating. All right, so hopefully you can see both of my hands. So let me just move this a little. All right, so here's left hand, right hand, and your right hand will also shift up here, right? So you're starting here, and then you're down an octave later on. You just shift this up just a little more. All right, so from the top, 1 and 2, and ready, and go forte. Down an octave. And 4 and up an octave. Last line. Right, hopefully that makes sense. And you can take it at a different speed. It is allegro, so technically you could go, all right, whatever speed works for you, but that was a good basic speed, so you're able to count and able to coordinate your hands. All right, let me know if you have questions.